Good morning and welcome back to Amazing Coaster Tour, supporting dementia with every lift hill that we climb. Today we're at Seaworld Orlando, where we're going to take in all the roller coasters that they have to offer here. Plus, I'll try and give you a little update on Seaworld's most recent venture, which is Penguin Trek. See if we can get some aerial shots of that from the Sky Tower and just give you a little track update as we go around the park. Plenty of roller coasters on offer today, including Manta, Kraken, Mako, and of course Pipeline the surf coaster. So let's go and have some fun. Look at that. SeaWorld, 60 years old. Almost as old as me. Not quite, only joking. Look, here she is, Manta. Have a little look around here now, see what the queue is, give you a on-ride experience if we can. Can't see any trains running at the moment though. Maybe it's down. We'll see now once we get around the corner here. One thing I like about this coaster is this final helix outward here, where the water effect comes up just as you come around that curve there. Adds a little touch. Feet always get wet on there. I don't know why. Must have long legs. Now, can't see anything happening on the ride at the moment. Manta, not the most comfortable ride in the world, but still an enjoyable one. Kind of does really pin you in. I just find that the restraints are really tight, and it just feels like you're in... Oh no, sorry. I just got interrupted there by somebody trying to sell me an animal farm. Oh, there you go. There's Manda going down, so she is running. Hey, nice waterfall there, showing the Manta logo. Just a 10-minute wait. Another waterfall, another nice feature there. Very pretty around here, gotta say. But it is a hot one today. Word of warning, me and Mrs. H just stopped to have a quick Bud Light. $30 for 2 Bud Lights. Whew. We had to savour every sip. But one thing I will say to you is that remember that SeaWorld parks are now cashless, so you can't use cash at all. There are machines around the park which will allow you to convert your cash into a prepaid card, and there's one of them there, out of service, handy. So we're just going to approach the lockers, chuck a few things in, and have a quick ride on Manta. recent addition to Seaworld is Rita's frozen custard. Now, Mrs. H grabbed one of these the other day, and she had like a cherry flavour mixed with like a vanilla sort of custardy flavour thing. I didn't personally like it. Mrs. H loved it, so as long as she was happy, that's the main thing. Get a good view of Manta coming past. There. It's that bit there that really hurts. I don't know what it is. It must be the G that comes down, but it really presses against my chest when I come across there with the restraints. So for me, not the most comfortable ride, as I explained earlier. Manta, it's a good coaster. It's not a great coaster. I've ridden better flying coasters, but it's more about the uncomfortableness that it gives me. I just don't feel right on the ride, and for that reason I try to avoid it as best I can. That's handy. Unlimited refill stop closed. I haven't seen many of them open today either. So we've just come down towards the area that Icebreaker is situated, and there's a big rope across the way. They're not actually open in this area until 11 AM, so why don't we just take in a ride on Mako while we're here? Yeah, absolutely. Let's do this. So we're just going to come in and have a little ride here on Mako. 5-minute queue first thing in the morning. Can't fault that. Just the good thing about it is that Seaworld do permit GoPros to be taken on board, so we can get you some good POVs. Ooh, there she goes, just past me there on the right, coming into the final helix at the end of the ride there. Oh, I do like it when we go through a mist, a spray mist when it's warm. Quite warm here today. It's just gone 11:15 in the morning, and the temperature is already starting to rise. Make the most of those fans and those mists as you go past. Here's another one. Oh, lovely. So yes, Mako, largest roller coaster here at Seaworld. A little bit of a walk here now, and then we need to go up some steps up to the station. So I'll meet you up there. Well, we're up at the station here, but seems to be a bit of a delay. Looks like a guest has had a little bit of an accident on the back row. Staff have got the hose pipe out. They've been hosing it down for the last 5 minutes. So hopefully they've cleared all the yucky substance, and they'll probably let that back row go for a few cycles. Little view of Kraken over there. Closed for maintenance last time we were here. Up we go.
What a fast incline.
Yeah, it is quite a fast incline going up Mako. Used to think that this was a backseat roller coaster, but we're definitely front seat converts. Here we go, Mako, Seaworld Orlando. Woo! Oh yeah! Oh yeah, baby! Woo! Nice bank. Gonna get some good air time. Oh, feel that air time, baby! Yeah! Out and back. Here we go. Yeah, great air time, and again, and into the bank. Woo! Yeah, baby. Little brake run down into the final air time. Right turn bank into the inward helix. Woo! off the final bank and into the brake run. Oh, ho, ho. That
So good.
is so good. Do you agree, Mrs. H?
Yeah.
Yeah? Definitely up there with one of the best roller coasters in Florida, I think. 100%. We just come back for more and more and more all the time. You gotta love it when the park is quite quiet. We've just managed to do back-to-back rides on Mako from row 1 all the way through to row 7. So it gives me the perfect opportunity to tell you exactly what I think about the ride. For me, it's a toss-up. Is it a front row coaster? Is it a back row coaster? Now, you certainly do get that increased whip over the first drop when you sat at the back of the coaster. However, I think that I would exchange that for the sustained airtime that you get from riding in the front row. The airtime over the hills on this ride is phenomenal. Absolutely spot on. It's probably one of the smoothest coasters. It's probably one of the most comfortable coasters. As you can see it going in the background there. Yeah, baby. For me, this ride takes the title of SeaWorld's best roller coaster, hands down. There's not a lot more that I can say about it. It's exhilarating, it's fast, it's got airtime, it's got a great first drop. Even the lift hill is quick. So from my point of view, it's a big thumbs up for Mako, and it definitely gets the merchandise purchased on this trip. Well, we finally made it over to Icebreaker. Only a 20-minute queue, so let's get on here and get you a front row seat. Looks like they are only running the one car here today. Operations are very, very slow on this ride when there's only one car running. Always, always, always should have 2 cars running, no matter how busy the park is. Doesn't seem that busy today, but I can guarantee you that this queue will be up to an hour in no time. We've literally just come across 10 minutes since the actual pathway has been open, and the queue's up to 20 minutes. So once people start coming in the park and they finish their rides on Pipeline, they're going to cross that bridge over there. See that bridge down there, just past the orange track of Icebreaker, and they're just going to come over, and this queue is just going to get very large very quick. Just there you can see the spare car. That's just sitting there. They are still operating the one car, and as I projected, we've been here 5 minutes. Queue's probably up to around about 45 minutes already. I just don't understand why they just don't bring the second car out. Maybe there's something wrong with it, I don't know, but operations on this ride are just so slow anyway. So it's just in the interest of the guests more than anything to ensure that everything's ticking over quickly. Just want to give you a look at this sideways action here at the start of the ride. Little track there that takes the riders out onto the main track there. That'll remain there now until the car's completed all 4 launches. First one backwards, obviously, forwards, then backwards, then forwards again. And then you'll see that tractor then will make its way back to its original position. Doesn't look too fast as it's going by, but it does have a little bit of a kick to it, to be fair. And up and over.
Seat and head against the headrest. And get ready to break the ice.
So, here we go, Icebreaker. SeaWorld Orlando used to employ the comfort collar on this ride, much in the way that Tigris does at Busch Gardens, but through guest feedback they've decided to remove them. Gives it a much better ride. Really do feel those pops of air as you go over the hills. So here we go, backwards launch. First of 4 launches, second forward. And we get up the top of the spike. And now this is where it all kicks off. Woo! Woohoo! Yes. Definite feel the air time over there. Another little left. Woo! And into the brake run. So just got a bit lucky there. Had a few back-to-back rides on Icebreaker. Seemed like the queue just dispersed because the Orca show was starting at midday, so there were literally nobody in the queue after we came off on the first ride. So I thought I'd jump back on and get myself a back row seat just to compare. So for me, Icebreaker, very short, long wait, very short ride. It does have the 4 launches, one twice backwards, twice forwards, and yes, the removal of the comfort collars has made a massive difference to this ride. You really do feel the airtime over those little humps and lumps, but previously when you had the comfort collars on, it just seemed to restrain really difficultly across the chest here, and it just pinned you to your seat, so you just didn't get that ride that you were expecting. But to be honest, it's in a little quiet area of the park, but it does get busy. I would advise, if you are going to come here, you go to this ride first, just to avoid the mad rush really, because obviously within minutes this ride can get up to 45 minutes an hour, especially if there's a massive train of people coming out from the Orca show, which is situated right next to the ride. Overall, yeah, it's a lovely little coaster, especially as a good family addition to the park. I wouldn't say that it's a great coaster. For me, it just lacks that little bit of smileability. And then it is into the brake run there. Yeah, I rate my rides on coasters based on 2 scenarios. 1, am I coming off this ride smiling? And 2, am I coming off this ride going, whoa, that was intense? So yeah, for me, it doesn't quite cut the mustard, but for others, perfect introduction to roller coasters for the little ones. Just make sure that they're over 48 inches before you actually bring them on the ride to avoid the disappointment.
And yes, you do get that. So here comes the next boat. Let's have a look. Are they going to get sold? Oh, the screens are out. Whoa! Let's check it out. Yep, they got sold. So a quick look at some of the offerings for Seven Seas Food Festival. Ooh, a bit of tempura battered sushi, deep fried dumplings, and bingsu salted caramel ice cream. That sounds nice.
And then it is bingsu salted caramel ice cream.
So that's the Asian market there. And a little bit further down we've got the Indian market. So let's have a look what's on the menu over here. Right. First off, what we got? Chicken tikka masala, stable British. Garlic naan and chickpea curry. Jalebi, which is apparently an Indian funnel cake with wildflower honey. Well, that's what that looks like anyway. But yeah, as I say, you want to try and avoid the weekends for Seaworld if you are not coming to the Seven Seas Food Festival. And just up here, Oh, a little display here representing India with all its sustainable food and delectable flavours. Very pretty. And now we're at the Mediterranean market. Which one offer this place now? Oh, that sounds nice. Moroccan grilled lamb chop. Walking gyros. Pita chips, tomatoes, red onion and tzatziki. And then a returning favourite, baklava, which is phyllo dough with honey walnuts. See if I can get a picture. There it is, baklava. You might already have noticed I'm a bit of a dessert man. In this little corner of the park now, we've just come out from the Dolphins Adventures show. So in front of us here we have Journey to Atlantis, and over the far side there we have Kraken. How wet are you gonna get? Myself and Mrs H, we're not a fan of a water ride, but we have vowed to ourselves that we are going to ride on Journey to Atlantis on this trip, because she's never been on it, and it's been such a long time since I've been on it that I've actually forgotten what it's like. So we're gonna get all our stuff in a locker here now. I don't want too many things getting wet. I can take the old GoPro on board with me, and we'll get you an on-ride experience and possibly get Mrs H screaming because she's going to get her hair wet. And saying that, do we want to do Kraken first? I think we'll do Kraken first. Just take you up towards the main entrance here. The merch shop on the side there. Kraken now. Good few years back, before the pandemic, they decided to turn this ride into a virtual reality experience. Fell flat in his face, if I'm being totally honest. We experienced it and it just did not feel like you were riding a roller coaster. Why would I be swimming in the sea, looking at fish everywhere, left and right? It just didn't make sense. So I guess that's why they decided to get rid of it and return it to its former glory as she stands now. Finally back on. Closed for refurbishment last time. Feels good to get back on Kraken. Kraken, baby! Seaworld Orlando! Let's go! Tight vertical loop! Twist! And woman! Straight over! Yeah, baby! Into the Cobra roll! Woo! Break. Tight vertical loop. Woo!
Yeah. Did you enjoy that, babe? First ride on Kraken for a while. So just managed to do a couple of back-to-back rides on Kraken, and I will say that the coaster is still a good coaster. It is let down slightly by the fact that it is a little bit rough now. Back in October it was closed for renovation. I was hoping that there was going to be a little bit of TLC made towards it to try and smoothen the ride out a bit, but it's still running a little bit rough for certain individuals' likings. For me, not so bad. Got a little bit of a head rattle going through the inversions in some places, but obviously employing the hands on the knees works for me. As I said so many times before, if you can, try it out. It just stabilizes the neck and the shoulder area across here, so you don't get that banging slide from side to side. But all in all, yeah, Kraken is still a bit of a cracker of a coaster, and I think I will go and ride it a few more times. Yes, as I mentioned, it's been such a long time since I've actually been on this ride. I do not know what to expect. I know that there's a possibility that we could get wet, but hey ho, it's warm today, so we should dry off pretty quickly. I'm not going to say this is a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
But it's a bad idea.
I've never been on this before.
Mrs. H just said she'd never been on this before. This guy looks scared. He's gonna get wet.
How old do you think he is?
I don't know. Well, you're gonna enjoy this then, aren't you?
Oh, he's 12.
Let's go.
He's just a miniature.
Hey, don't worry, I was short when I was growing up as well.
How tall are you now?
6'1".
Here's how
I didn't grow until 16. Oh no! There's water already. Ooh! Oh, it's like a nice little neon display here. What? Yeah. It is pretty. Lulling us into a false sense of security here. Picked up a bit of speed there. We're going up. Scary little thing above us there. That hurt my back then. I don't know. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, you little bugger! Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just our luck.
That's not that bad.
I haven't finished yet.
What do you mean we haven't finished yet?
There's another lift hill now, babe. You actually thought that was the end of the ride, did you?
On that?
Yeah.
And where are we going on then?
I would hold on. It gets really dark
It
and
gets
very
it gets fast.
sketchy.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yes, very.
I've never been on this before.
I know. That's why we're on it.
It's a little big one.
Is there more water?
You get way more wet right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Ah, great. Got me. Ooh, another lift hill.
I thought that was the end.
Really not. It's quite a long ride though.
I'm risking it all.
If I get wet, I get wet. So it's what it is. Oh no! Oh yeah! Proper wet.
I wasn't expecting that.
You weren't expecting that one, were you?
No,
Ah,
I'm not. I don't smoke too much.
you saw it.
Sorry.
And that, my friends, was Journey to Atlantis. Gonna do a little bit of a walk and talk here because this area is getting a little bit busy now. We've just got off Journey of Atlantis thinking, ooh, we're not gonna get very wet, but we got a bit wet on the top, not so much on the bottom, but we had a group of 6 kids in front of us who were splashing water everywhere, so that didn't help the cause. But yeah, first ride, as I said previously, couldn't remember the ride. Took us a little bit by surprise with the first drop coming as soon as it did. We actually thought that it was going to be the end of the ride, didn't we? Yeah. But obviously it wasn't. It was the start of the ride. Lulled us into a little bit of false sense of security there. And then obviously we had that little bit of water coaster action at the end, which was quite thrilling actually. Wasn't too bad at all. Would we go on it again?
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah.
To cool down.
Yeah, I think I would as well. Obviously, really warm day here today in Seaworld. We've literally walked from the exit of Journey to Atlantis, possibly 100 yards. I think I'm dry already. So, just going to take you on a little stroll down towards Pipeline here, celebrating this 1-year anniversary. You might have picked up earlier on in the video about our disappointment in April, May last year, where we actually followed the progress of the build of this roller coaster, only to be let down at the last minute where the ride didn't open on the specified date. And when we got here, we were told that the only way that we could ride it was to buy a pass holder ticket, and not knowing whether we were going to return to Florida as soon as we did, we decided against it. But then we decided, oh, what the hell, we'll come out to Florida in October for Halloween Horror Nights. And so we did eventually get to have our ride on Pipeline, the surf coaster. Now, this coaster is not for everyone. Mrs. H finds it extremely uncomfortable, but that is more to do with the fact she got a little bit of a dodgy knee, and the ride does tend to shoot you up and slam you down quite hard, so you've got to be prepared for that. There's not a lot of theming around here. Like I said previously, Seaworld don't really concentrate too much on that. They just want to pack the roller coasters into the space that they have available. So we're at the entrance, just a 10-minute wait. Let's get a ride on Pipeline, the surf coaster. Yeah. JJ!
JJ!
Woohoo! Yeah, baby! Woohoo! Woohoo! Pipeline the surf coaster, baby! So I've just managed to get a couple of rides in there on Pipeline the surf coaster. Gotta say, the ride is completely different depending on what part of the actual train you're at. I'll start with the rear. So effectively, when you're at the rear of the train, you do benefit from that extended launch as it comes over the first little crescent and then up into that big banking turn there. But that's about it. The ride from there on is just a battle between yourself and your legs. So effectively, it just feels so much compression that you're just so much force being put down on your legs, it just doesn't feel right. Now for me, this coaster is 100% a front row coaster. The speed of the acceleration of the launch isn't felt at the front. But what you do find is that you get all that airtime. You get those airtime moments on every single turn. Every transition that you make on this ride, you get an airtime moment. And that for me makes the ride. Am I going to say it's a top coaster? Nah, I'm on the fence. At the end of the day, it is a concept coaster. It is one of a kind. But I'm not too sure whether too many parks around the world will actually look at this coaster and think, yeah, I've got to have that in my park. But we're going to rate it, probably give it a solid 7 out of 10. but that's about it. Unfortunately, Surf Coaster, all the hype didn't live up to it, I'm afraid, but that's just my personal opinion. So we're at the exit here at SeaWorld Orlando. We've had a fantastic day here, taking advantage of the low crowd volume, getting as many rides in as we possibly can. I hope you've enjoyed the content that we've brought to you today. I just want to say something. Remember that Amazing Coaster Tour are supporting dementia with every lift hill that we climb. So if you can, then please donate to our Just Giving page. You can find all the details on the channel, and they're on screen at the end of this video. So, just got to say goodbye from SeaWorld. See you at the next park.